Hey, what's going on, you all? This is Dwight. So today's video, I'm going to actually be talking about giving some information regarding anxiety. And I'm looking down because I have my little book that I have and that I kind of was using to kind of guess educate people on anxiety and stress and stuff like that. So the reason why I'm making the video now is because around this time of the year, a lot of people start to their anxiety starts to become higher, their stress levels start to raise because a lot of times around this time of the year, people are lonely. Um, the sun is not shining, it's not out as much as it used to be. So the days tend to get a little bit more colder, and then nighttime comes quicker too. So it's almost like people start to become a little bit more depressed. They tend to become a little bit more anxious, especially those that are single, or they may have lost a spouse or a loved one, and the holidays just aren't the same for them. Like this time of the year, it's just not the same. And with the sun not being here as much, it's here, but we're not able to see the sunshine as much. People tend to become lonely and they tend to become darker. They tend to, just those thoughts start to creep in and it becomes harder for them to fight those thoughts off. So that's why I decided to go ahead and make a video talking about anxiety in particular, because the reason why is because people become so anxious, and before anything else starts, you start to become anxious. You start to think about things that are not really real things. You start to think about the what ifs. You start to think about, is this going to be my life? What if I, never find that person? Or what if someone else dies? Or what if I die? What's going to happen? And these thoughts begin to play in your mind, and you start to dwell on these thoughts, and then you start to become anxious, and then when you start to realize that you can't really do anything about them, then you start to get depressed because it's like, well, what am I going to do? And it becomes so overwhelming that you don't really want to do anything. And so I just want to be able to kind of let you all know that a lot of people deal with anxiety, and it's actually quite normal. It's more normal than you think, especially if you're going to get ready to take a test. I mean, especially for college students, according to the National Center on Safe Supportive Learning Environments, college students are experiencing an all-time rates of depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts. And I mean, this was actually published on March 17th by Healthy Mind Survey on March 17th in 2023. Now, they had over 96,000 U.S. students and across 133 campuses that responded to that. That doesn't even much account for the people that did not respond. That are feeling that way, but they are not going to do, not going to take that survey. So, and that's a lot of people. And it's just a lot of people. And I just really want you all to know that you all are not alone. And if it ever gets to the point where you want to end it all, please just dial 988, or you can even text 988. It's the National Suicide and Crisis Hotline. If you're looking at this video and you're having those thoughts, then just please reach out to them. These people are trained. They know how to help you. They know how to help you with coping skills, and they can actually get you in touch with people that are in your local area. So you're not alone. Just talk to someone. Before I go any further, just stop watching this video and reach out to them. Dial pound 988. You can even text 988. Just call somebody. It's never, ever, ever worth you taking your own life, okay? The sun is going to always shine. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. If it ain't kill you, you can overcome it. I know you may think that you'll never be able to overcome it. I know you may think that it's the end, but trust me, it's not. It is not the end. The sun's still going to shine. It's still going to come on up. So you got to be here, and you'll start to see that each day it gets better and better. You're going to look back and you're going to say, wow. And I'm not getting off topic. I know I want to talk about it. I'm just kind of sharing this story because I just feel like most people who are going to be watching this video are having them thoughts. Like if you to the point where you're looking up YouTube videos, you're like, okay, you know what? You realize that it's a problem. So, and this is actually calming and therapeutic, and it's relaxing to you because it gets you to, breathe, just woosah, let it relax, let it go, let it out. And when I was on American Idol and I sang the wrong song. And I know I did, but I was emotional at the time. I was 17 and I was just dealing with so much. And I just got up there, and you can say I self-sabotaged it because in a sense I was just like, I had that mentality of it ain't gonna work anyway, blah, blah, blah. So I'm gonna just sing what I wanted to sing. And that wasn't really what I wanted to sing. That's just how I was feeling. What I wanted to sing is the song I auditioned with. But anyways, because you had to go through all those rounds and stuff like that. So when I was rejected, and of course became one of those rejected contestants, and just kind of, I thought that maybe I thought that it wouldn't get any better. I thought my world was going to end. This is it for me. I'll never be able to sing again. I'll never be able to do this. I'll never be able to. But I'm here. I'm here. And yes, you go through those trials. Yes, I would walk in a grocery store and people, oh my God, and I had some people that laugh and told, that's why they rejected you and booted you off the show. But, it's just kind of like, but through God, through the grace of God and the strength of my Lord Jesus Christ and Holy Spirit, encouraged me and helped me, I was able to move past that to the point now where I'm willing to talk about it and share it with you, that's going to be watching this video. And I'm telling you, it's just kind of like, because it's no big deal. I sang the wrong song. Sang the wrong song. It's just kind of like, just because you can sing a song doesn't mean that you should sing a song. It's true. Christina Aguilera can sing her tail off, but you're not gonna go see her watch. You're not gonna see her go and sing Britney Spears' "Hit Me Baby One More Time." Even when she did, she was just like, this isn't, because it's not her voice. Even though she can sing it, it's not who she is. So the thing about it is this: what helped me a lot was understanding and taking accountability and recognizing my own limitations. Because check this out. How much control of the things that are going through your head right now do you feel like you have? Or do you not feel like, but do you actually have? How much control over it do you have? And not just that, has it even happened yet? You don't even know if it will happen. You don't even know. And truth be told, most things that we think about, that we think are going to happen, and they don't really happen like that. They don't really happen like that. And yes, sometimes it does happen just the way we thought it, just the way we thought it would happen. But that was because of the energies and things that were taking place beforehand that led up to that moment. You see what I'm saying? But if you really hadn't done anything and you really have done the best that you could, what can you do? You want to start looking at things from a different perspective. You want to change the way you look at things and change the way that you see things. So instead of looking at it like, well, what if this happens? What if that happens? Start speaking positive things. Well, you know what? What if it works out in my favor? What if through all this madness and all this chaos, something good comes out of it and I actually get what I want, or I actually gotten something I didn't know I wanted or that I didn't know I needed, and it actually propels me on to my future. Because if you're going to sit up and worry about thoughts that have not actually, worry about things that have not actually taken place, why not look at it from a positive aspect, right? I mean, we are just imagining things. So why not imagine some good things happening? Or how about what if something good happens instead of what if something bad happens? How about what's the best that can happen? How about we start to change that narrative? And it starts within your thinking, because let's think about it. Let's face it. What we're thinking is just simply in our thoughts. Nothing has truly manifested itself that we're thinking about. It's just fear, false evidence appearing real. We don't know. We don't know because we don't know what tomorrow is going to bring, right? So why not try to imagine something positive happening tomorrow? Why not try to imagine something good happening and coming from it? Why not imagine some getting beauty for your ashes? You see what I'm saying? It's just about your thinking and practicing your breathing techniques, and also getting in your mind and changing your perspective. If you're dealing with that right now, you may not want to look at the news. You may want to kind of disconnect from those things right now, just to get yourself back on track and just kind of get yourself back centered to where you really need to be. And understand this, it's always going to be there. And if you fail this year, if you fail this time around, it's okay. It's okay. You can always go back. Like I said, you can always come back next year. You can always try again. And if it is your last shot, then guess what? That means that there's going to be another door that's even better and even greater for you. That's going to take you to an even higher level than what you could have ever imagined. You see what I'm saying? No good, especially if you believe in the divine, you have some type of, my faith is God, Lord Jesus, Holy Spirit, angels, ancestors. That's me. But whatever your divine support team is, then you need to lean on them. And if you don't have a divine support team, maybe you're someone who just don't necessarily believe in that, then you want to focus on the evidence, right? So that means next time, whatever it was that led up to this result, then you want to do the things that you need to do to make sure that the result can be different. Basically, if you know that you stand a chance on failing your test or your license exam because you didn't do enough adequate studying, or you didn't study the right material, then that means you know what you need to do. So therefore, there's no reason for you to fret over it, right? There's no reason for you to be all worried and concerned, because you know that you didn't do what you were supposed to do. And that's something that you have control over. But if you know you've done the best that you could and it still didn't work out, then what does that tell you? That you may need to try to look at something else. And that is okay. That's why you're here. You can have that opportunity to be able to do it. And I know some people say, well, it's detrimental because what if I don't pass and I'm going to lose my family? I'm going to lose my house. I'm going to lose my job. I'm going to lose X, Y, and Z. Well, and what if you do? What if you do? Do you not think that you're not going to be able to get another job? You're not going to be able to find another job. You won't be able to get the help that you need. Then that's an opportunity. That's a learning opportunity for you. And honestly speaking, if you have a family that is based around you having a certain type of job, or getting this particular license, or getting this particular degree, then you would want to really question what type of family you have, if everything is based off something that's so subjective. You see what I'm saying? If your family is based off of you having a certain status and having certain money, then is that really truly your family? Because anybody can get that put in the good work. You can make a video that goes viral on TikTok or YouTube and get that. So you need to really reassess who are these people that you're attaching yourself to? And that may be something that the universe or divine is trying to get you to see before you are able to go to that next level, right? And you kind of need to look inward, but also just kind of look at who you're attaching yourself to. Who are these people that you're calling your family? Because if it's your family, they're not going to really care that you didn't make it, because they're going to see you. They're going to watch you try, and they're going to be able to support you. Right? That's what your family's supposed to do. They're going to support you. They're going to rally behind you. They're going to open their homes to you, because that's what they do. Now, if you have sowed nothing but negative seeds into them, then that's a completely different story. But if you know you've been doing your absolute best, then your family is going to support you. If this is all dependent upon that, then they're going to support you. And some people say, well, you know what? I don't have a family, so I have to get this. This has to work. Well, if you don't have a family, then that means you know exactly what it's like to have to get out there and get it on your own, right? So that means you know exactly what you need to do in case this doesn't work. You may not want to go back to it. You may not want to have to go get these fast food jobs and stuff like that, but you know what you have to do. You know how you can go out there and get it. You may have to go work at a call center. You may not want to do that, and I get it. No one wants to have to go back, but check this out. When you go back, you're going to think about a plan that you can work on to actually help propel you even further. So next time you get ready to execute your plan, you'll know exactly what to do. Right? So you have to kind of change your perspective and kind of look at things like that. Look at it as an opportunity for you to learn, for you to grow, for you to be able to better yourself and execute the plan differently. I know some people say, well, you know what? Well, what if you change and you change your plan? You just flaky. It's okay to change the route of your plan. But if your goal is to be a certain thing, it's okay to change the route that you get to reaching your goal, as long as you reach your goal. That's the main thing. Never, ever let a person try to tell you that, oh, you're indecisive. Oh, you're doing this here. Oh, all these changes, if your goal has remained the same. Because it's okay. Because that's what you're supposed to do. That's a good business strategic mindset to kind of have. Because what if this first strategy doesn't work? What if the way you're targeting your audience, they're not receiving it, right? So your goal is to have this particular business plan. This is your goal, to sell this product. Now, how you market it is depending upon you. And just because you change your marketing tactics and the way that you do it does not mean that you change your actual goal. Therefore, that does not mean that you're just this indecisive person. You're trying to figure out what works. You're trying to figure out what can actually stick. That doesn't mean that, I changed this around. I did this and I did that. No, if your goal is to become a counselor, however you go about being a counselor, then that's what you're going to do. If your goal is to become a doctor, if your goal is to become a nurse practitioner or practice medicine in any form, that's what your goal is going to be, whether you be a physician assistant, nurse practitioner, or MD. You know what I mean? Or you go and you do some type of occupational therapy, whatever the case may be. If that is your goal, to serve people and to help people and to be in that type of arena where you have some type of medical practice, then that is your goal. Now, the way you go about doing it is different. Now, if you have a set goal of becoming a nurse, then that's your set goal of becoming a nurse. Then you're going to have to see what you can do to be able to become that nurse. But if your goal is simply to have your own medical practice or to simply help people in a healthcare way, a setting or something like that, then you don't necessarily, that's your goal, right? Your goal is not to become a medical doctor. Your goal is not to become, there is no set thing. Now, what you would want to do, you can narrow it down and say, okay, my goal is to serve in a healthcare field on the service end in this capacity, right? You can go ahead and niche it down. So it's just having that a freedom and an opportunity to be able to think about those things like that, and being able to make those mistakes and take those risks, and being able to say, okay, you know what, let me reevaluate how I'm going about this. And that is okay. And it's okay if a person doesn't understand it. It's okay if a person, because let me tell you something, people can't challenge your life and the way you want to do things. And they can have their opinion, whether it's warranted or not. They can have their opinion. Some people really they have your best interest at heart and in hand, but that does not mean that it's going to be received well. So when people give you their unsolicited opinion, it's not going to be receivable because you're not ready to receive it. You're not in that headspace to receive what this person is telling you. And then it becomes to be overbearing. And then you start to look at this person like, you know what? I don't really want to be talking to you right now because I'm not asking you for your opinion, and you're issuing me out your opinion and it's unwarranted. I didn't ask you for it. And it's not that you don't value the person's opinion or a person's thought. You just are not ready to hear what they have to say. You're not in that mindset. And guess what? That is okay. It's okay. It's okay to do what is best for you. It's okay. It's okay to simply distance yourself. It's okay to figure out things on your own. And that is okay. And you know what? Most importantly, it is okay for you to breathe. It's okay. It's okay for you to just it's going to be all right. It's okay. It is okay. Know that these people probably do love you and they want the best for you. But it's okay to make up your own decision and make up your own mind and do things the way that you want to do things. And you want to get out there and give it a go and give it a try, and it's okay. And you may fail, and that's okay too. But you'll learn from it. You'll learn from it. Tomorrow is going to be tomorrow, and the sun is always going to shine. As long as there's another day and you wake up, the sun will always shine. This is only a season. Do not let a season dictate or determine your entire life. It's okay to get help. And it is okay to talk to somebody about it. Call 988. I'm not a paid spokesperson for them. I offer counseling. But even I'm telling you to give them a call because I know that in the heat of the moment when you're right there, you need someone that's going to be available. And I know that these people are available. I ain't even tell you to call me. That's how you know that my message is genuine. And I really, truly have your best interest at heart and at hand. So I'll see you all in my next video. Take care. Peace.